The Eberechi Eze saga is over. He is going to be joining Arsenal this summer. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another video. Today's video is going to center around this man right here, Crystal Palace's Eberechi Eze, a man who has been heavily speculated upon, had a lot of speculations surrounding where his future in football will lie this summer. A lot of links linking him with Arsenal to begin with. Then it seemed like Tottenham was set to hijack that move. But the news coming out yesterday and the here we go from Fabrizio Romano has declared that Eze will in fact be joining Arsenal in the aftermath of Kai Havertz's injury. That was made apparent yesterday as well. We're going to be talking about this transfer story. We're going to be talking about Eze. We're going to be talking about Arsenal. And we're also going to be talking a little bit about Tottenham as well, as they are the other party in this saga. But without further ado, I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you are new. Both things will always and probably be greatly appreciated. And I also encourage you to get involved in the comments section down below. Use and abuse that section, people. Talk to me on this particular subject and transfer story. I'm sure what you have to say will make for great and interesting reading. So please do drop your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, down below in that comment section. And without further ado, we're going to get on with the transfer story ourselves. We're talking Eze, we're talking Arsenal, we're talking the here we go given by Fabrizio Romano yesterday. So for those of you who don't know, the Eze story goes like this. A lot of speculation surrounding him this summer. A move away from Crystal Palace was seemingly very likely to happen. And it seemed for a long time like Arsenal were his likely destination. There was said to be a release clause. Arsenal was said to be interested. It seemed like Eze had only chosen Arsenal to begin with. And then the longer the deal went on, the more doubt was cast upon where Eze's future was going to lie. Then Tottenham came in. They seemed like they were going to be hijacking the move as of about a week or two ago. And then a re-hijack of the original hijack. Arsenal have come back in recent days, have taken the initiative in pole position, and according to Romano, are on the verge of officially signing the Crystal Palace talisman. Here is what Romano had to say yesterday. He states, breaking news. Excuse me. Breaking news. Eberechi Eze to Arsenal. Here we go. Verbal agreement in place between all parties. Crystal Palace to receive package in excess of £60 million as Eze preferred Arsenal over Spurs. Arsenal win race over Tottenham. Been in advanced talks for days, but never sealed. This has left a lot of Arsenal fans happier than what they were about a few days ago. This has left a lot of Tottenham fans angry and frustrated, and understandably so. Look, from a Tottenham perspective, let's face it, understandably annoying, understandably frustrating, understandably the anger is pointed at the club and Daniel Levy in particular. This was seemingly in the palm of their hands. And seemingly because, I don't know, maybe Tottenham wanted to shave a few million off the price tag here and there. Dilly-dallying over certain things. You could maybe argue that Spurs and Tottenham have let a very big opportunity slip through their fingers here. Or maybe it's a case of Eze used Tottenham to get to Arsenal. It's been said for a while that Eze actually wanted Arsenal over Tottenham to begin with. And when Arsenal were dragging their heels, maybe Eze just used Spurs, used Arsenal's fierce rivals in order to maybe speed things up with Arsenal. Maybe that was the case as well. Maybe Eze did actually use Spurs to get Arsenal in gear, to get Arsenal moving, and maybe that was the case as well. I don't think we'll ever know the full story, but it is an interesting one to think about. The other side of things for Arsenal is, why wasn't this this transfer done earlier on in the summer. They probably got a lesser fee agreed than the price tag. The price tag was rumored to be about 67 million, I believe. I think the transfer fee, like Romano states, is in excess of 60 million, but it doesn't exactly say what it is. But why have they been so reactive? Because this is the story that should have been done and dusted a long time ago. Arsenal should have been getting this transfer over the line earlier on in the summer than what they actually have done. It's taken them until the injury of Kai Havertz, who is said to have a long spell on the sidelines as of yesterday, as reported by a number of outlets. Kai Havertz will be experiencing a longer period of time on the sidelines with injury. It's taken them to be reactive in this situation for them to actually go out there, pull their finger out, and get that Eze deal done. Why? Why is it so reactive on Arsenal's part? Now, I will say that at least they have learned from their mistakes in January. In January, of course, when Bukayo Saka and Kai Havertz were injured, Arsenal sat on their hands and did nothing. So at least they've learned from their past mistakes, because you could argue that them not signing anybody in January meant they fell away from the title race much earlier than what a lot of people expected. They didn't prepare properly, so therefore they prepared to fail. That was essentially it. They lost some key players, they didn't replace those key players, and because of that, their strength and depth was exactly. It was wiped out a little bit, and they only have themselves to blame for that. So they have at least learned from those mistakes. But I have to question again why they are being so reactive. In saying that again, they have one hell of a player on their hands. Let's face it. Eberechi Eze is a quality player. He possesses a lot of skill, a lot of flair, a lot of trickery, but also a ton of work rate. He is a fine player to watch. And not only is he aesthetically pleasing on the eye, but he also has output. Constantly scoring goals and providing assists, creating good opportunities and chances for Crystal Palace. He is the all-round attacking midfielder package that you can wish to hope for. That, along with the fact that he's also versatile. He can play on the left, he can play in the centre. Those are his two preferred positions. But he can also play on the right if needs be. But with the signing of Madueke as backup to Bukayo Saka, you would imagine that being on the right is not really going to be where you're going to see Eze a lot for Arsenal. But he could definitely, he definitely is an upgrade on the left-hand side for both Trossard and Martinelli. So the left could be where he starts. As for the centre, he will provide good competition for Martin Odegaard. Now, I think he is better through the centre than he is on the left. But we all know that Arteta absolutely loves Martin Odegaard. He is his captain. There is no way, shape or form Eze is going to be starting over Odegaard in the centre. He's likely to be starting on the left. But should, of course, rotation happen later on in the season, should, of course, Odegaard need a rest or whatever, they at least have the option to move Eze into the centre, and then for one of Martinelli or Trossard to, of course, start on the left. Trossard, by the way, I just want to say this as a side note, because I've not actually commented on this yet. Only Arsenal could try and sell a player, but then sign him to a new deal where the duration of his contract is still the same, but his wages go up. Only Arsenal could do that. They struggle to sell players at the best of times, so they decide to up his wages, but keep him on the same duration of contract. If any Arsenal fan can tell me what the point of that was, I'd be very grateful. I don't understand it myself, but maybe there is something going on that I'm not aware of. Obviously, I'm a Liverpool fan looking at this from the outside, looking in. So if anyone can explain that to me, that would be great. But overall, Eze, I find that is a fantastic signing. An absolutely fantastic signing. He upgrades Arsenal so much upgrades Arsenal so much. He gives them what they are lacking in terms of consistency and creativity. He gives them an outlet on that left-hand side, but can also provide an option through the centre as well. He provides good output and consistent output at that. He will be a fantastic addition to that Arsenal side. The only things I question is why this wasn't done earlier. Why this was done as a sort of reaction to the Kai Havertz injury, it seems. And is he going to be the starting left winger? You would imagine he would be. But anything's possible when Mikel Arteta is at the helm. Does this take Arsenal from being title contenders to champions? They are a step closer, but I still have slight reservations over whether or not that is the case. I still have slight reservations as to whether or not they will eventually cross that line this season. But signing Eze, quality player. Like I said, as for Tottenham, it's back to the drawing board. It's moving on to their next target in that particular area. I understand the frustration. I understand the anger. But Arsenal were saved. Because if they lost a big target to Tottenham, that would have been extremely embarrassing for them. Instead, they caught life. They got a little bit lucky. And maybe they have him to thank properly for holding out as much as they could for Arsenal to eventually pull their finger out. But those are just the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys think. What do you make of Eberechi Eze signing for Arsenal? It's not done and dusted as of right now at the time of recording, but it is pretty much done and dusted, if you know what I mean. We are just pending official confirmation of the signing to be done, and then he will officially be unveiled as an Arsenal player. Let me know what you guys are thinking and feeling about all of that. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new or want to see more content like this. Both things will always and forever be greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and listening. I've been Fletch. This has been another Fletch Talks video, and I will see you speak with you all again soon in another video or live stream or whatever it may be. Cheers, guys. Thanks everyone for watching. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Speak to you all again very, very soon.